Okay, ladies, welcome to class. This is our first intro to modeling. I want you guys to just be comfortable. Make sure that you're writing notes, taking notes, and asking a bunch of questions because you're going to need it. Feel free to interrupt me while I'm going through this slide. And as I stated before, the bulk of the information will really be just me talking to you. I don't really have a platform where I'm just sitting talking to people or just doing one-on-ones like via Zoom or anything. And I might start, but I just wanted to do this first, just to get a feel for the audience or the feel for, the models and what it is that you guys need. Because honestly, I want to be the plug. I want to be the plug for you guys as far as contacts. Like, I have a huge plethora. My net worth is as big as it is because I've done the things that I'm about to tell you guys. I can send you people who have hair on hand. I can send you I can see a photographer, videographer, hairstylist, makeup artist, stylist, everybody you need, agencies, designers, everybody. I could send you that because I've done the things that I'm about to put you up on game on, okay? Alrighty, like I said, the first slide is just intro to modeling, breaking down the categories. Commercial. We're not going to allow ourselves to continue being afraid of commercial because we want that money. You know what I mean? Definitely fitness. You could do fitness. There's a lot of money in fitness, especially by way of social media. As you stated earlier, modeling is changing. Modeling is always evolving. Trends, stages, everything. Yes, tattoos are being accepted. Shape is being accepted by way of us. No shade. But, shape is being accepted. Our hair texture is being accepted. Us in general, we're being more accepted in this industry. And it's time for us to really just take it by the hooves and keep it pushing, and just really, really drive. There are a lot of, even if you don't want to do the standardized model, cookie cutter model, what is it? What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? Influencer. A lot of influencers are actually taking our modeling positions and opportunities because now brands, agencies and stuff, it's just now become easier because, you have the following and so on and so forth. But as a model, you can do both. You're supposed to be doing both. And I want us to shift gears in our mind to not just think, I'm just a model. No, get on social media, make your platform, make yourself marketable. You get what I'm saying? And we have to do that on our own. Even if you are signed to an agency, it's your responsibility to market yourself, no matter how big or, popular your agency is. And you can have multiple agencies too. You can be signed to multiple agencies. You can be signed here in Dallas, Texas. You can be signed in Miami. You can be signed in New York. You get what I'm saying? Do not limit yourself at all in any shape, form, or fashion. How do I get to the next slide, baby? I just press the arrow, or thank you. Okay, we just scroll down. Okay, education. Like I was saying, it's very important that we do our research. Where you want to be is different. I've already stated LA is different from New York, different from Dallas, wherever, whatever. Do your research. Your research really could just be, what are the top agencies in Dallas? What are the top agencies in New York? What are the top agencies in LA, in Atlanta, so on and so forth. Get acquainted with those people. Take down those emails. Submit yourself for everything. Literally everything. Even as simple as getting on Instagram or TikTok, because that's a huge marketing platform for us as models as well. Hashtag model calls, coming up in 2025 or the month of whatever. You get what I'm saying? It's really that simple. And we make it so hard on ourselves, and we'd rather be signed underneath somebody. Look at everything that you've done so far without even being signed to anyone. I'm currently not signed to anyone either. I did take the route of agency, but that kind of just wasn't my lane, and I wasn't with the right people. Also, that we're going to work on having our discernment and when we're signing these contracts so we don't get, hoopla. Skills, okay? Once you decipher what category of modeling that you want to get into, then you're going to practice those skills. find whoever is coaching that skill. Willie is going to be your biggest, I guess, plug in regards to knowing whoever specializes in whatever practice that you want to do. Somebody that's a runway coach, specifically a runway coach, particularly a facial expression coach. I do know, do you guys know who, what is his name? Lord Jesus, I can't think of nothing right now. I just got off work. I just started a new job. Thank you. But I am just trying to learn everything and keep it all in this mental. And it's just a lot going on. But anyways, Carlos Vincent, love him. He's a sweetie pie. I've literally been knowing him since I was 14 years old. No exaggeration. He is somebody that will help you in your digitals, who will help you in your runway walk video. He will literally, he will help you in with very straightforward. He will help you with budgeting. If you need to do put your digitals on layaway, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's for us, and definitely get acquainted with him and everybody he's connected with. As far as skills, like I said, let's see, focus on these skills to help you. Yes, so the sharper you are in whatever skill that is, in whatever category of modeling that is what's going to help you get that call back. That is what's going to help you get that reference. That is what's going to help your name and you stand out as a model. Honestly, like, your looks play a big part in modeling, but the main things, like, you could be as pretty, as poised, as everything we want you to be, but if that attitude stink, we ain't got you. Seriously. And I know you guys know that by way of Willie. He's very big on that. He, like, drilled that in my head, because I was a little sassy firecracker, but you can tell me nothing, But yes, and then experience. That's how you're going to get your experience, is by way of your skills. So always sharpen that. I don't care if you're walking in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like, wherever you feel most comfortable, do that. Get you a mirror, full body mirror. Get in that mirror, Make sure you're honing in on your exercising, keeping your body up and right and tight, and keeping your skills sharpened at all times. Okay? You just scrolled down. That's what you was doing. Am I doing it right? Huh? Okay, got it. Got it. Your portfolio. We know what a portfolio is because you ladies are experienced, right? Right. Your portfolio. This is my biggest thing that I kind of struggled with as far as being in Dallas and being born and raised in Dallas. We go for Dallas market is very urban, or not necessarily. It is, but it's not. I will say the bulk of my experience in Dallas has been urban modeling, urban runway shows, urban photo shoots, and stuff like that. Now, what may work here will not work in LA, will not work in Miami, in New York, especially New York. Now, this one may work in New York, but the other one, that one would be more geared towards here, or we could try to push it to like a Atlanta market. They would probably take that, but your portfolio has to be structured to wherever you're wanting to submit it as far as location. That's a really, really, really big thing, and I didn't know that for the longest time. I had to learn that. My portfolio kept getting just skimmed over, and they were just like, what is this? Because I wasn't gearing my portfolio strategically to that location. So that means a lot, and definitely make sure that you do your research to see what that particular market wants or that particular agency wants. Yes? Uh-huh.
Would you say for certain different cities, would you have like portfolio set up like
Yes.
all the pictures, but this particular picture that you think that they would be able to look at and okay for that?
I would say do pictures, so test shoots, all of that. You get an opportunity to do a photo shoot, do the photo shoot, and then decipher by way of your knowledge of the research that you've done, where does these particular photos look best in what location of city or market. You get what I'm saying? So like Miami, they're more body tea, like they want skin, bright colors, like that's Miami. That's not gonna work in Miami. You get what I'm saying? New York is more rugged, high fashion, weird posing, That would work there, So I would submit these photos to agencies and go-sees and casting calls in New York, not anywhere else. Let's see. Digitals. Now we know what digitals are. Digitals, my only thing with digitals is like you have to keep up with these. These are the pictures or where your money mostly is going to go to, because we're forever changing, we're forever growing, and you always have to keep these pictures updated to the T. Even if you change your hair, you got, even if you, say for instance, your hair is out now, okay, take these digitals with your hair out in its natural state, and then say next week you got braids. I'm gonna need some digitals of those too. You get what I'm saying? Because we have to do that. We do. And I didn't know that for the longest time, because I'm like, oh, the white girls is, no shade. I have to do that for the video. But all the white girls, they don't have to do that, and I'm spending more money, but it's because I want braids in my head. That's my own fault, So you have to determine what matters more to you, But definitely keep these updated. I literally took this right in front of both of these. I took both of my digitals with Carlos. I only take my digitals with Carlos. But yes, in your digitals, you need to have your age, you need to have your dress size, height, bust, weight, hips, eye color, hair color, shoe size, your location of where you actually stay, or where you're actually located, and then your social media handles, and of course your contact information, phone number, email. Have all of that information. And if you are assigned to an agency, have their contact information, name, and stuff on your digital as well. You literally can make this in Canva. Just get your pictures. And even if you don't want to spend a bunch of money on your digitals, which you really don't have to, come here. That's all I'm telling you. Come here, I'm going to get you right, Somebody could take your pictures. All you need is a white background or, bright background. And then your model's etiquette, black attire, And then your face framing, front, back, and then maybe a model's walk too. And then you're good to go. And just start submitting yourself. You are your coach. You are your own motivation in this industry. You really are. And I had to get that through my thick skull as well. Now, attires for this, I tried to switch it up a little bit, and it worked. It's just making sure that it's black. Or you can do the traditional jeans, white t-shirt, that too, and probably kind of mix the two, but you definitely always want to have fitted forming clothing on, because they want to see your body. And say if I'm submitting these digitals to someone who doesn't know me, as far as I've never worked with them before, and then I'm in Dallas and they're all the way in New York, this is the first thing that they're going to see, outside of the recommendations of anybody else who's ever seen my work. Like, as a model, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even remember that show until you said it to me, and you remember my walk from there. You get what I'm saying? How quick or how much that matters. It really does. Always make sure you're on 10. Simple. But yes, that is basically going to be your biggest way of marketing, just people. A model call. We all know what a model call is. Now, how we find these things, like I said, social media is our biggest platform in your network, because honestly, now that I know that you guys are interested and I have your social media handles and all of that, I'm going to be sending you stuff that I see that you may not see on your timeline, or you might not get wind of or know of because you don't know the person that I know. You get what I'm saying? So yes, make sure you're always submitting yourself to these model calls, attending these model calls. The perfect way or the best way to attend these model calls is literally how you guys came. And I didn't put that in your email, and I should have, but I honestly just felt like I didn't think we were going to do drills today, so I really just wasn't worried about it. But I do appreciate that you guys are both knowledgeable, and when you come into any model setting, you come in with your heels on, or if not, oh well, but your black attire, your fitted tights, jeans, black top, X, Y, and Z. Model calls. Now, I want us to also, because it is a little intimidating when you go into a model call and you see all these models and you're like, I may or may not get picked. Don't ever allow yourself to psych yourself out or self-sabotage yourself when you're in a situation like that. because we can see it. Anybody who's experienced in this industry, they literally can see right through you. Like Willie did that to me a couple times when I first met him, and it just helped me hone in on my confidence. Walk in there with your head held high. Walk in there like, really, this is my show. You get what I'm saying? And not in a cocky manner, but just exude confidence, because what you got, I want it. I want, as a designer, and as a designer's perspective, I want the person who has the most confidence wearing my designs. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, you're trying to appeal them, but I want to know that, do you know it first? You get what I'm saying? You're selling yourself, literally, in the most polite way. We ain't on Harry Irons, you know? Yes. Make sure I'm not talking too fast. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to interrupt me and ask me anything you want to ask me. Okay. I feel like I probably am moving too fast. So I'm going to slow down. Okay. Your model's essentials. Now, like I said, we all know I grew up under Willie. He drilled this into my head. I know that you ladies know this already, your model's bag. Now, I've had a couple of experiences where I attended a show and or a casting call and I didn't have something, right? So yeah, you can find a friend and maybe they'll have your shoe size or maybe they'll have whatever it is you need, but always read that confirmation email. Always read whatever it is that they're requiring for you to have or asking you to have. A good production is definitely going to prep you beforehand as far as details of where to go, what to do, when to be where, X, Y, and Z. So definitely read that because you will literally get, especially messing with Willie, you will get exiled from the show. You know, and somebody else will take your place. It's really that simple. And not only here, I love that Willie is like that, because when we go to New York, LA, everywhere else, they're not playing those games. Like, oh, baby, we're not going to coddle you. You're not getting coddled anywhere else. I will say Willie has made a really big name for himself here, and a lot of models who are doing the damn thing have came from Willie, but he has coddled them. But I do want you guys to understand, you're not going to get that elsewhere. You're not. So definitely make sure that you have everything that you're required to. The main essentials for a model bag, and you guys know this already, I'm sure, but I'm gonna go through it anyway. Your black and nude heels, your black and nude underwear, your tape, if you need that. Honestly, I just pack it anyway because you just never know. I might have an outfit malfunction, whatever. And you being helpful to a designer in that stressful environment in the backstage of a show means a lot. And you will literally stand out just by having a safety pin in your model's bag. You know what I'm saying? Like right before you get on a show, like it's happened a million different times in a million different ways. Unscented lotion. They have to beat that over my head because I don't play, you know? But yes, you have to have unscented lotion. Do not wear any perfumes because these garments, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to keep them. And it just gives less work for the designer to have to dry clean. And, you know, some of those fabrics can't even be, you know, it's like a special way to clean them or whatever. And it just causes a bigger hassle than it needs to be if we don't follow instructions. Yes.
Those shoes there, do you think that's something that we have to have? Cause most of my shoes are like this, all open.
Open toe.
Like I know one time, I think on one of Willie's papers, he had for us to show up with closed toes.
Yes.
And so the show that we did on Juneteenth, this lady, she wanted me to take someone's spot. You were there. I don't know if you saw.
I was there, but what happened?
She had me in those kind of shoes I've never worn before, and I told her that I had some new shoes.
Yeah.
But she had like those particular shoes new for all the girls, and I guess she didn't want that look. So we tried to practice, and she kind of like stuffed it with tissue, and that was kind of bad for me because like I did practice, and I was comfortable for a minute.
Yeah.
But once it was my turn to go out there,
Your feet were hurting.
Walk all the way in back.
Yeah.
When we did our final walk, I just came out of my shoes, just tiptoed
Yeah.
all the way. But I just tried on some shoes like that. I can't even walk in them.
So that's the thing. And like I said, if you want to, you can literally text my personal number and we're going to go get you them shoes. and we're going to learn to walk in those shoes because yes, that is an essential. You need really both. You need both. You need an open toe, closed toe, nude and black shoe. You need that because like I said, you know when you're getting dressed, some outfits just don't look good with an open toed shoe. Or like say if you have slacks, you're not gonna wear an open-toed shoe with slacks, just following the trends of whatever. But each designer is different, and especially with the designer's preference, they want all of their models to be in sync. And like you said, one model got kicked out the way because you didn't follow instructions. I'm sure that particular designer told her what it was that she wanted. You hear what I'm saying? And that's not a big thing. And you're lucky that we are in Dallas, Texas, and that was an urban show, literally. It was for Juneteenth, because you would have not been able to walk nowhere with no shoes on. See what I'm saying? Hell no. Like that is a big no-no. But because we were where we were and we were with who we were with, and you know who you know, it'll slide. But anywhere else, it ain't going. Hell no. But yes, we will, we can take some time to do that, carve out some time. I'm off on weekends, and I can even carve out time throughout the week, such as today after work, and we can get that situated. Because I don't want anything to be hindering you, but definitely practice in closed-toe shoes too. And it does hurt, but there are things that you can buy and do to.
Like I had like the shoe, it fit perfect, but once I started walking, it was like
Yeah.
the double walk.
Your ankle, I'm sure, because your foot is like smushing at the pointy part of that shoe. So do I. But yeah, they weren't playing with us. They drilled that in our head, definitely. You need both, open-toed and closed-toed. I'm trying to think whatever else you might need. Like a small little makeup touch-up kit. Need that. Your hair stuff. I know we love our edges. We love our edges, but if they slick that hair back, slick it back. And we may not also like how everybody does our makeup. It's not our preference, and I had to learn that the hard way. Like I literally got kicked out of a show. Willie kicked me out of a show because I was complaining about my makeup. Granted, this was early on in my modeling career. I didn't know. I was in high school. I'm just talking crap, and the wrong person heard me. The production of the show heard me, and I didn't know who she was. You get what I'm saying? It's just like etiquette across the board. So I really, really do preach that because I know us. We just get talking, and we're in a room full of people. 9 times out of 10, we don't know who everyone is, and people are listening. People are watching you, especially when you're being represented by somebody. People are always watching you. So definitely just hone in on that as well. Don't be like me. But yes, the model bag, everything you need, some snacks. They're not going to feed you sometimes, some snacks, everything you feel as though you need, and especially everything that was listed on that confirmation email from by way of your designer or whoever is the head of production of the show and or casting and or whatever it is that you're attending. Each detail, whatever was asked, better be in that bag. Simple. Because you're being prepared. You got an opportunity to walk again. You get what I'm saying? It's simple just like that. And you open doors for yourself by doing what was asked of you because that's the only reason why you're here. You get what I'm saying? So definitely hone in on that. Biggest part, I definitely wanted to get to the nitty-gritty of your network being your net worth. I had to learn this because after that show, I was ready to go. I was in sports. I was, school, sports, and this. And it was just like sometimes a lot of the shows were held on Sundays for whatever reason. And I got to go to school in the morning, So it was just like that. And I got practice, and it was just a lot. So I really didn't hone in to what I'm about to say to you until, I'm going to say, my 4th year in the game. Like, I really just didn't care because I knew everybody. And I'm like, why am I, but I had to learn how important it is to have, like, the contacts of the models that you're working with. Literally, even if you can, like, I don't know, all the time you're not going to have a rehearsal before the show, but I do know you have rehearsal day of, especially with Willie. He does that a lot, just because it's a lot of people to try to, like, keep up with or whatever. You're not supposed to have your phone, but after rehearsal, you do get a little leeway or break or whatever. Make sure you're using that opportunity if you don't want to stay after the show, because it does get kind of hectic. Everybody want to drink and smoke and all this stuff, Definitely use that time in particular to just network, talk to people, get people's Instagrams, phone numbers, because people know people that know people that know people, and we don't want to limit ourselves in no shape, form, or fashion. I literally got opportunities to walk in other shows just by even after staying after the show, and networking with the crowd. Because a lot of people, we have to also understand this, and I don't know why this didn't click to me early on, but like people who come to fashion shows are people who are interested in fashion. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what they do, whether it's interior decorating, whether it's design, whether they have their own clothing brand or not. Like, or if they're stylists, or if they know people who have friends that are in the industry or whatever, who are agencies, agency reps. Like, we don't know, but we do know y'all here for a common reason. It's not always, oh, my sister, brother, cousin in the crowd. Like, you know what I'm saying? So definitely just allow yourself to be open, allow yourself to be, because we don't always want to be talking to people. You know, that's me anyway. I can at least say that for myself. I don't always want to just be chit-chatting with everybody. You know, I've been in y'all face since 3 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. Like, you know, so, but definitely just, you're at work. I don't know if you guys work in corporate, but yes, like, treat it as such. This is a job. Modeling, I know we look at it. I don't like how much in Dallas, Texas, we look at it as like a hobby or a secondary thing, just because it's more lax here. If you're not like in an agency and being sent all over the place, and even that, you're being sent elsewhere. You're not doing all of that work here, because Dallas, Texas is more commercial. Yes?
That's kind of why there's some like casting that I was going to. Like for me, it's something that I really want to do. Like, I'm a chemist, but I want to be like a
Cool.
So with that, like, I have friends that model too, but it's like sometimes they may have a show where it's like they wouldn't do that in their fashion.
Exactly.
So, like, I'd be like that.
And I had to do that too. Like, even with Willie, like, you know, just doing shows that are just like a little too urban, you know, or a little too just not professional, or I couldn't put that on my model's resume. You know what I'm saying?
Some people out here that's like, because I look at modeling as like a job.
It is.
Then you have some people who just want to, take pictures for fun and say that. It's like so much more.
It is. That is very true. And that's what makes you stand out as a model. You know what I'm saying? We can really see through who's just doing this for funsies and who's really, wanting to be in this industry. And that boosts your network too. I did a show, I would say I was 18 at the time, and it was with Eve, who was on, I think she was the winner of one of the cycles. Yes. Her pretty eyes, she's so pretty, but that attitude stank, Lord. Huh? Yes, Eva, yes. She's beautiful. She really is. But girl, she is snappy. Or maybe she was just snappy that night. I don't know. But I did a show. Yes. I did a show with her. She actually hosted the fashion show. And that show changed the trajectory of everything for me, because I wasn't shy. Like, even though she was a little feisty, I still went and spoke to her. She was like, oh my God, like, how old are you? Blah, blah, blah. And that opened up a lot of doors for me too. But that's like the bulk of what I'm saying. No one else wanted to talk to her. Don't follow the crowd. Do not allow for whatever someone else says about, somebody, whether it's whoever it is. Don't let that infiltrate your experience with that person, because modeling, you're going to understand, it's a dog-eat-dog world here, and somebody will probably be talking down on the next person, and that same very person will be the person that opens up plenty doors for you, just because you didn't have that same energy, exchange with that person or whatever. Like, it's just, I'm only just trying to navigate through my own experience to show you like how I got to where I'm even at, and I'm not even nowhere where I want to be yet, Thank you. All right, you need to come on, because I'm ready. But yes, net worth being your net worth. You become valuable as a model whenever you can name drop designers, when you can name drop, when you're connected with the people who are in the industry that you're in. You get what I'm saying? You become valuable too. You get what I'm saying? I know I still struggle with this because I can't remember nobody's name to save my life. I'm so serious, but I can figure it out if I needed to. Long story short, you being able to convey resources to whoever, to whatever. I'm able to sit here and work out of this studio because I made that connection with Hansel, who is the owner of the studio. I made that connection with him by making, I guess, a network connection by way of my social media. You know what I'm saying? And because I have access to so many other people by way of social media, by way of my network, my net worth from networking. You get what I'm saying? Hairstylist. Hey, literally, we did the promotion of this class, and I came in with a stylist, a hairstylist, a makeup artist. You get what I'm saying? Other photographers, other videographers. You get what I'm saying? And we made the thing do what it had to do. And Hansel just looking like, I didn't know you, you know? I didn't know you knew all these people. And yeah, and turns out he knew some people that they knew who actually has a studio around the corner. And I didn't even know. And so it's just like, it really plays a huge part in your industry, yes?
I want to add too, from that engagement, like Corey that's next door, he moved here twice.
See? Making million just off of just the connection and the network and the net worth. Like it really plays a big part. Or a lot of people will say, oh, I met so-and-so and so-and-so. Like I never knew that you talked to Willie. You know what I'm saying? I knew you knew him because I remember your face and your name and I knew that you were in the show. But had it not been for that, I would have never known you had that exchange by way of my name tossing back and forth between you and Willie. And it's just like, that means a lot for you, me, and him, you know? So yes, definitely hone in on your network, your net worth. I don't know, whatever other slide I got going here. I made this like a couple weeks ago. To be as confident as I am in what I'm telling you. You get what I'm saying? If I was up here shaking and, you know, and this is how you model, and I've been doing this since I was 14. Like, you would be like, girl, I'm finna go home and run me my money back. You know what I'm saying? I want you to continue telling yourself the complete opposite of whatever you've been telling yourself. Not that there's nothing wrong. We're literally our biggest critics. You're not doing anything wrong. It's just like me. I was afraid of a whole bunch of stuff. Mine was scary, but I had to break that. So because I knew what I wanted. And let that be your why is literally the foundation of everything you do. Let that be the driving force for you to overcome that insecurity. Yes, I was gonna say acting. So with acting, it really does tie hand in hand in modeling because literally you see actors, they're models too. Like we cousins, right? Now pageants, they're my stepsisters, okay? The pageant girlies and the pageant boys, they're our stepsisters, but the actors and actresses, they're our sisters, brothers, right? You need that. You're gonna need that because it goes hand in hand. And I can send you contact information of someone who does like intro to improv classes and stuff like that. I actually attended a couple because it took me a long time to actually tap into acting as well. You know, I was afraid of it. I didn't really want to do that. I didn't think I could. My biggest fear was remembering my lines. That was my biggest thing. Like you can kind of tell in just how I'm talking or just presentation or whatever, I'd be all over the place, you know? So I can't even remember nobody's name, you know? So I was just like, no, I don't think I can do this. But that intro class helped me a lot. And it's as simple as just the repetition of it all. And then I found out them people psyching us out. We think that they're remembering their lines the whole time. No, they done said cut a million times. They running their lines back a million times. Like, I didn't know that until I got on set or until I was able to see what actually goes on behind the scenes, you know? And so literally it'll take that and you're like, oh, I can do that. So we just have to stop moving in fear, you know? But acting is definitely gonna be your bread and butter in modeling. You need that. And there are classes and courses and people, you know, I can send you so that you can get that ball rolling too. And they're cheap too, because baby, I ain't got a whole bunch of money to spare. So I did it and it happened. I think he hosts the class every Monday and it's not too far from here, this location too.
Willie had posted something too in his story, like a J3 one about some acting, something.
It was him. It was Yeah, it's that. That's what I did the class with. Willie just kind of like invited me, and I think every first of the month he has like a free class, and you just come in and kind of get a feel for the environment, him as an instructor, some of the exercises, and then I came back the next one. He'll give you a script to memorize, and then you get up there and you just, do your thing. And even if you mess up, it's okay. You're in class, you're learning. The biggest thing is not trying. That's the biggest thing. If you don't even try, So definitely gonna send you those contacts. Source of everything is coming from Willie, so. But yeah, definitely gonna send you that too, because you need that. You definitely need that, and I want you to not be afraid. Is there any more questions? Do you have any questions?
Continue, and I didn't really know I knew kind of my why, but when you asked
Yes.
it prompted me to think to connect those dots. They were there, I just hadn't connected. But one thing I do like with opportunities like this is the fellowship, the connection, being a part of everybody's journey in some type of way or pouring into it. I don't want to take away from somebody, but if I can pour into it, things like that. So that's what I like, the fellowship overall, especially working with beginner designers, we just did that merge. So it's just okay, that really touches me, even if it's for free. You may not be monetarily paid, but you're getting paid in some way.
Thank
so that's
you.
why I don't really subscribe to model because you're getting the pictures, you're getting the context, you're getting exposure that you wouldn't have. It's just not monetary.
Yeah. This is actually my first class, This is my first class I've ever had. Anything other than that has just been what you guys seen on social media. So this is my first just intimate class or opportunity to actually really coach someone one-on-one or just face-to-face like this. So that means a lot to me. I definitely will be having more classes. I was going to say a key point in regards to your walk-in. Now, we are going to do a couple walkthroughs, and I'm going to see what it is you're talking about. But I will just say this so that you know it, because I'm aware that this is your key problem right now you're having. When you're walking, relax. The more lax you are, the more, swaggy you actually look. Still be content or confined in not being too, but relax. Because honestly, less is more. And with you being tall in particular, you don't have to do much. You know what I'm saying? You really don't. And I had to learn that by way of doing my photography work. So photography work, I would because I was only used to doing editorial, high fashion photography. So I'm posing, I'm doing all the things, and they're like, this is commercial, babe. We don't need you to be doing all that. Just stand there. You really don't have to do much because of how tall you are. Just stand there, give me a smile, toss your head back a little bit, maybe, put your hand in a pocket or something, but cool it, and that's when I really took on the liberty of learning each category and how to hone in on what tailors to each category. I can't be doing all of the fitness stuff when I'm supposed to be doing beauty work. You get what I'm saying? Literally learning and studying those things, and because we learn so much through our day-to-day anyway, you're gonna forget that. You're gonna forget, so always just have something, and I'm gonna send this to you because it has everything you need to know on there. As far as just the details of what each category of modeling is, have that on standby for yourself. Have an actual folder that has your measurements to the T. Honestly, I will literally get a measuring tape and do it myself for you if need be. Keep that up to date. Your contact information up to date. You get a new phone, you get a new number, put it on there. What else? Yeah, and then your basic stuff, your hair color, eye color, but your sizes, if that may change, put that on there. Have a headshot photo in your digitals, all that in one file. You get what I'm saying? Have all of that in one space, because you never know. We have to always be ready, so we don't gotta get ready. The model who's most prepared is who I'm gonna go with at all times, and that is anywhere. And for whatever. If the person who's got their crap together, that's where I'm going. And that's literally like with the job. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hire somebody who you didn't bring your resume. You came in here with the wrong, with one shoe on, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have it together. You didn't present yourself as such. So I'm not gonna hire you. And it's literally the same trajectory in regards to modeling as well. This is a job. We getting paid. We getting paid to walk. I tell people that all the time. I don't even walk for free, baby. Like, for real, I don't even walk. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. This is my first model class. I did my big one, my biggest one, big mama in the building. I do what I do and you do what you can do about it. There might be another class. A little birdie told me we might be running it back, you know, on full attack. I don't know. But thank you all for watching. There will be more. Love you. Mwah.